What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I just remembered I got to change the batteries in this because they did not make it to the end of the show yesterday. I just remembered. Either way, we're really late today because there was police officers knocking on my door asking for me by name, but nobody knows why. I've called every department in the area and nobody has any idea why there was a state officer and a sheriff knocking on my door when I wasn't here, looking for me and asking my neighbors for me by name. I have no idea what the fuck that is about, and it has me very worried because I haven't done anything wrong. So if they're looking for me, it must be bullshit, and they have the power to fuck my life up. So now I am heavily stressed. I called everywhere except for the state police department because when I called the state police department, they were closed 2 minutes after or before I called. So tomorrow I got to wake up and call them and see if they know why they were knocking on my door. But the sheriff's department doesn't know why the sheriff was knocking on my door. So I don't fucking know. But either way, that contributed to us being late today. We're going to go ahead and read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be reading through all the chat. So let me know how you hooligans are doing. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. We're going to be starting out with this first video. Trump announces $270 billion hairs from Sadi Arabia. Then we got 4 videos related to the Epstein stuff, update, whatever. Plus, President Trump is getting ready to sign it. I don't know if he has or not. As far as I know, he has not done it yet, but he's all ready to do the thing. Then we got a video, a controversial take by President Trump. A lot of people are bitching on both sides of it. Then we got our mid-live break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, "The Cat's a Cat." Then getting back into the news, we got a video on an 18-year-old girl who died on the Carnival cruise. They don't really know why, but somebody must have been involved because she didn't stuff her own body under the bed. Then we got a video of a woman who was set on fire. We don't have the video of her on fire, but we have a video talking about it. Then for the last little bit of the news, it is lefties losing it. Today it's titled Democrat Jasmine Crockett's cringe viral video, which she looks terrible in her outfit. Her clothes don't fit her properly. She looks like a bag of mashed potatoes. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Russell, and it's titled, "She Probably Peed a Little." And our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, "Don't Ask Me What I'm Thinking." All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Zero? What's up, Dutton? What's up, Russell? What's up, Snooks? And what's up, Obnoxious Scott? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Puff and Stuff, you were first today. See, you hear it? It kicked the bucket. I have to put batteries in there. We're going to have to use the spooky go. Either way, thank you so much, Puff and Stuff, for raising the chat, and happy freedom to you. What's up, Colty? What's up, Boosted Flames? Happy freedom to you. Let me see, scrolling through here. What's up, MU? What's up, Otters? Happy freedom. Dutton, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. Zero, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Magic Moon? What's up, Mr. Satan? Happy freedom. I need some chicken bacon in my life, I guess. What's up, Janik? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. Scrolling through here. Make sure we get everybody. What's up, Keep It Salty? Happy freedom to you. You hooligans are welcome to hit that like button over on Rumble. See if you can get us on the front page. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you. Happy freedom, Meta. Appreciate you being with us. What is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Crazy Times? Happy freedom. Yeah, I don't know what the police were here for. I have no idea. Oh, and I called the sheriff's department and asked about a warrant, and they said there's no warrant for my arrest. So, I mean, there's that. But they also didn't ask me how to spell my name. So I think they were just like, I don't know, went in the bag and scratched their nuts and checked it out really quick. And then came back and was like, nah, there's no warrant for your arrest. I don't know. I didn't do anything wrong. So, like, I have no idea what to expect. And that's part of the problem. Either way, Agent O, you were first over here on the Goof Tube. Happy freedom to you. Mr. Satan, you omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Christine? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Joe? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. What's up, Jared? Happy freedom. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. Oh, I just remembered I was supposed to email Neurodivergent yesterday, and I forgot I was supposed to write them on X. I just remembered. What's up, Energy Woman? Happy freedom. What's up, Rodney? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Meme Merchant? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Andrew? Happy freedom. All right, and what is up, everyone over on X? Let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we'll be starting off with this first video. President Trump announcing a $270 billion deal with Saudi Arabia. Now, I don't understand I saw another video saying it's going to be $1 trillion. I don't know which video came out first because they both were published at the same exact time. President Trump's not wearing the same outfit, so I don't know if the number's been adjusted or what, but we're getting some doll hairs from Saudi Arabia, I guess. And so we're going to go ahead and start with that. All right. Like I said, getting into this first video here, I'm going to be dropping links for Alistair as well as the new merch store. Alistair helps me create just about all the graphics here, so I will be posting his link in the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. And like I said, I'll be dropping the links to the new merch store. Everything on there is brand new, so you should check it out. But first, we're going to get in this first video here. Once again, President Trump announcing $270 billion doll hair deal with Saudi Arabia.
But many of you in the room are playing a key role in making these projects happen, and we're told that $270 billion in agreements and sales are being signed between dozens of companies, and that's just happening today, $270 billion. That's big stuff. So on behalf of the thousands of American workers who I care about most, I want to thank you for bringing all those jobs and all those great opportunities to America and bringing great wealth to America. We've become a very wealthy country. We have a couple of little things. We're waiting for a decision. We hope that's going to be good, but if it's not, we always find ways, we find ways, but we've done things that nobody thought were possible, and we're taking in trillions and trillions of dollars. Tariffs have been, frankly, the best thing that's ever happened to our country. They've always been used against us, and we never had people that were smart enough to use them in the opposite direction.
All right, President Trump there telling us he's making the U.S. some doll hairs. Let me see, $270 billion doll hairs with this Saudi Arabia deal, saying it's also going to bring us jobs. So that's good. Now, not that long ago, a couple days ago, he was saying that we don't have enough skilled workers in America and we need to import them from outside, which is why we need the H-1B visa, whatever it is, H-1B visa. I don't know, because I don't need it. But that stuff exists because we don't have enough talent in America. We'll see if this is included. He was comparing it to building rockets at the time, but whatever. Either way, next up we got 4 videos all related to the Epstein stuff. It's all kinds of stuff, people pointing fingers and what's to come. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about this $270 billion hair deal with Saudi Arabia. Russell, it's a huge investment from Saudi. Yeah, and like I said, there's another video where they were saying it's $1 trillion or something like that. So we only need like another 36 of those and we'll be good to go. Zero. Yeah, I was in the bilateral conference or meeting or whatever it's called, but I don't know which one came first. Because there was a dinner last night that I thought about covering, but I didn't set it up in time, and I sat here and I put it together, and I heard President Trump speaking. He wasn't saying anything we hadn't heard before. So I decided not to cover it because nobody shows up anymore. When I cover President Trump, it's me and 20 people sitting here, and I don't know. And a lot of people in the chat are just talking bad about Trump. So I never know what to do when Trump goes live anymore unless it says, like, providing an announcement from the Oval Office, because that could be anything. So we cover that. But, yeah, I don't know. Somewhere between a quarter trillion and a whole trillion is what we're getting from Saudi Arabia. Snooks, I'd bail you out if you needed it, but you owed me your body for a while. So I don't know if they would even give me bond. I guess it depends on what they would be arresting me for, but they said there's no arrest warrant. I don't know what to think about all of that. What's up, Watchman? Happy Freedom. What's up, Major? Happy Freedom to you. Major, we'll get cheap oil if Israel doesn't compromise it. Has your guys' gas prices gone up? Something happened in the last 2 days. Our gas prices went up 40 cents. We were like down by like 270, 280. And when I went past the gas station, it was like 335 or 340 or something. I was like, holy shit, did Biden go back to the White House? Like, what happened? What's up, HBIC? Happy Freedom to you. Colty had to close the app 3 times before it actually play. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the Rumble app. I don't ever use the app. I have the app so I get the notifications, so like if you guys comment on the videos, I can come and respond to it and thumbs them up and all that kind of stuff. But that's it. Otherwise, I don't use the app to watch videos or anything because it's just better to use a browser, in my experience. Janik, you're giving me shout-outs? Well, you're a badass. You know that? I never get any shout-outs. I normally do all the shout-outs. Totally care. Dang it, the cat stole my chair. I know that's how Klaus is. As soon as I get up, he's hosting the live. What's up, Cass? Happy freedom. What's up, Polish? Happy freedom to you. Agent O paid $232 yesterday. That's pretty good. $232. Getting down to those lockdown prices. Andrew, does any of this money make Hillary Mayorkas, Garland, I don't know who that guy is, or Cheadle, or Hunter go to prison? Probably not. I don't think we'll see any of those people go to prison. I don't know. Massie's out here promising big stuff with this whole Epstein debacle. Obnoxious Scott Thanksgiving pricing. Oh, no, that's next week. Well, I guess we're gearing up for it. What day is it? Is it Wednesday? It is Wednesday. So, yeah, Thanksgiving is the biggest travel season of the year. That makes sense, Obnoxious Guy. I didn't think about that. Russell, were they cops or sexy cops? There is a difference. From what I understand, it was 2 male officers. One was a sheriff. The other was a state cop. And they were asking for me by name. I don't know what they were doing. I guess they were hitting the buzzer on my door. And one of my neighbors walked over and talked to him, I guess. But they were asking about me specifically. And I have no idea why. I haven't done anything. I did get in a little engagement with this old lady in the laundry room. She was trying to steal my clothes. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And she was a little scared. But at the end, I was like, would you want me touching your shit? And she was like, no. And I was like, then don't touch my shit. And she was like, okay. And then I was like, just go ahead with what you're doing. Just don't touch my shit again. And that was it. Now, I don't think that deserves to call the police. And that was a couple of weeks ago. But maybe she did. Otherwise, I have no idea what the fuck I did. I didn't do anything. I don't even leave the house. I'm too poor to do anything. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom? Still care? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Looking for some Wendy's on Wednesday. We ain't got a Wendy's here. I gotta drive like 40 miles to the closest Wendy's. Anyways, move forward here. Like I said, we got 4 videos related to the Epstein stuff. It is all kinds of stuff, but these videos are not very long, so don't you worry. But first, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's go ahead and get this first one pulled up. We'll read through the titles here, but like I said, we got 4 of them. They're not very long. And that's what she said, but that's okay. This first one's titled, Bill to Release Epstein Files Heads to Trump's Desk. This is probably the most formal out of all of these videos. The rest of it's going to be a bunch of finger pointing and stuff. But either way, we're getting started with this. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Congress passed bill to release the Epstein files is now expected to land on President Trump's desk. That should happen sometime before the end of the day.
That's right. I mean, it's something that a lot of people have been talking about. A lot of people want to see these files. We saw it first pass in the House, then it went over to the Senate, both passing almost unanimously, crossing party lines here, something that we don't usually see much in Congress. President Trump said he would review it and sign it as soon as that bill comes to him. NBC's Monica Alba has the details from Washington.
After months of delays and pushback from the White House, lawmakers in the House voted to compel the Justice Department to release all of its files on the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
The yeas are 427, the nays are 1.
The vote was nearly unanimous.
The momentum behind this did not come from politicians. It came from survivors and the public who demanded answers.
The vote comes after President Trump made a sharp about-face to back the bill once it became clear a majority of Republicans supported it. And he bristled today when the topic was brought up during his meeting with Saudi Arabia's crown prince.
You just keep going on the Epstein files. And what the Epstein is a Democrat hoax to try and get me not to be able to talk about the $21 trillion that I talked about today.
But Trump supporters push the issue, and it's created a rift with one-time staunch MAGA backer Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene.
And he called me a traitor for standing with these women.
She joined Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie, one of the leaders of the bipartisan move to release the files.
We fought the president, the attorney general, the FBI director, the Speaker of the House, and the vice president to get this win.
And Epstein survivors in the shadow of the Capitol this morning, many of whom have been fighting for years to be heard and believed.
This is not an issue of a few corrupt Democrats or a few corrupt Republicans. This is a case of institutional betrayal.
So you have a choice to show millions of Americans whether you stand with us or with the powerful predators that are counting on your complicity.
Now that the bill has passed the House, it heads to the Senate. Days ago, it seemed unlikely to pass there, but now with that landslide vote in the House, that could change. The president has said he will sign the bill if it reaches his desk. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, the White House.
Okay, so like I said, 1 of 4 there, talking about President Trump being ready to review and sign the Epstein File Bill. I don't know how long that's going to take. They actually made it through the Senate really quickly. I thought they were going to push it back a week or so, but that's not what happened. So I assume sometime, I don't know, in the next 12 hours or so, maybe a little bit longer, President Trump will sign it, and we'll see what we get. Either way, we're going to get into the second video here. This is titled, Larry Summers Apologizes to Students for Epstein Emails, which I don't think this is a big deal. I think it's a whole bunch of fucking nothing, but it is a part of all of this, so we should cover it. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Some of you will have seen my statement of regret, expressing my shame with respect to what I did in communication with Mr. Epstein.
Former Harvard University president and current professor Larry Summers spoke to his class about the recently released emails he exchanged with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. A House committee released emails last week showing years of personal correspondence between the two men, including Summers making some sexist comments, seeking romantic advice from Jeffrey Epstein as well after Epstein pleaded guilty on 2 felony prostitution charges.
I've said that I'm going to step back from public activities for a time, but I think it's very important to fulfill my teaching obligations. So with your permission, we're going to go forward and talk about the material in the class.
Harvard says it will launch an investigation into Summers and others' relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, a university spokesperson told the Harvard Crimson student newspaper. The former Treasury Secretary also announcing he will be resigning from the board of OpenAI. Harvard has not responded to CNN's request for comment.
Okay. Come on, thing. Anyways, 2 of 4 there. Talking about Larry Summers and all of that. This third one is Massie talking about the Epstein shit. Now he seems real hopeful. He's got that little sparkle of Christmas wonder in his eyes. He thinks that this is going to reveal some accountability and that these rich and powerful people will get what's coming to them. I highly doubt that, but he seems pretty hopeful. Either way, let's get into this.
A Kentucky congressman is calling the bill's passage a win for the people. Republican Thomas Massie of Northern Kentucky led the House effort to force the DOJ to release all the Epstein files. He told our Isaiah Kim Martinez today that he believes this will have ripple effects throughout the country.
I think we're finally going to get a lot of disclosures. I think there will possibly, like we've seen in Britain, with ambassadors being fired from their job, with a prince losing his title. In the United States, we may see names coming off of buildings and scholarships being renamed because rich and powerful men are going to be caught finally and see some justice for the victims.
Massie's push to release the files, he lost the endorsement of President Trump, who instead endorsed Massie's challenger. Massie told fellow lawmakers earlier this week the records of their votes would last longer than a Trump presidency.
Okay, almost through it here. Getting into this last of the four, let me see. I think this one has to do with Stacey Plaskett. Yeah, this is like just corruption being put out there. This is Epstein appeared to influence his lawmakers' questions during hearing investigating Trump. Her name is Stacey Plaskett, and apparently she was live on TV doing this whole back and forth hearing shit. And while she was doing it, she was receiving texts directly from Epstein suggesting what questions to ask next. And they correlated the text messages with the live hearing. And they're saying that you can see her basically follow his command in real time. So we'll get through this and then we'll hop in the chat.
Newly released texts appear to show that Jeffrey Epstein influenced a lawmaker's questions during a 2019 hearing with Michael Cohen, who was testifying against his former boss, Donald Trump. The texts between Epstein and Democratic delegate Stacey Plaskett, who represents the U.S. Virgin Islands, were sent in Pacific time. At 7:41 that morning, Epstein texted Plaskett, "Are you chewing?" 1 minute later, she responded, "Not anymore." Minutes before Plaskett was set to question Cohen, Epstein texted. Cohen brought up Rona, keeper of the secrets, misspelling her first name. Plaskett responded, "Rona?" and then asked, "Quick, I'm up next. Is that an acronym?" Epstein replied, "That's his assistant." Minutes later, Plaskett asked Cohen about Trump's assistant.
As Miss Rona, what is Miss Rona's position?
Rona Graff is Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his, and she's involved in a lot that went on.
Epstein texted again after Plaskett finished her questions. "Good work." After the Post published this report, Plaskett's office issued a statement that read in part, "During the hearing, Congresswoman Plaskett received texts from staff, constituents, and the public at large, offering advice, support, and in some cases partisan vitriol, including from Epstein."
Okay, so there's our 4 videos on the Epstein stuff there. That way we could just get it all out of the way. First one, bill to release Epstein files heads to Trump's desk. Like they were saying that President Trump is ready to review it and sign it. I am kind of surprised that hasn't already happened. There must be other shit going on, I guess. So I assume first thing tomorrow we'll be hearing about that. So we'll have more Epstein videos tomorrow. In the second video, Larry Summers apologizes to the students. Says he'll be stepping back as in out of the public. He's, I don't know, not going to post on Twitter. What does it mean to not be in public? Like he's going to go hide in his office? I don't know. That doesn't mean anything. Harvard says that they're going to be investigating the situation, which is a lot of nothing. I highly doubt they'll find anything with their investigation. They're just trying to seem like they give a shit. He's stepping down from the OpenAI board, so he's actually stepping down from that. But like I was saying, it seems like a bunch of nonsense. Going out there and saying, sorry, I was affiliated with a world-class pedophile human trafficking piece of shit. I'm just going to not be as public as I am right now. Have a good day. That's nothing. That is a bunch of nothing right there. That is, you might as well have just saved that. Then in the third video, Massie believes that this will have a ripple effect. They play a clip of Massie saying that he thinks that rich and powerful people will be held accountable and that this will be a win for the victims. I'd be shocked if something actually happened. It's been so long since I've seen accountability, I forgot what it looks like. Then the fourth video there, Stacey Plaskett is texting with Epstein, supposedly. Stacey Plaskett was being contacted directly by him and following along with information that he was given her during the hearing. She claims that she is consistently contacted by constituents, and because she represents whatever the location is, he would be considered one of her constituents. So then they have an excuse for why he would be texting her and telling her, you know, right foot, left foot, and just watching on TV whether or not she does it. Either way, next up, Trump defends the killing of Washington Post journalist Jamal somebody. This is a controversial video that's going on. A lot of people are bitching about it one way or another because President Trump's kind of downplaying this journalist who was not just killed, but they were dismembered also. And President Trump's like, well, stuff happens, you know, but if it was the other way around, people wouldn't like that, such as Charlie Kirk. If somebody was like saying that about Charlie Kirk, people would be all pissed about it. So it's a controversial take. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about all that Epstein nonsense. Russell, you need to take a couple steps away from the cat. This is getting too close to the kitty. Dunn, the fact that she was working with Epstein on this should put her under the microscope for sure. Yeah, absolutely. But you see how they treat Soros stuff. They're like, oh, this is a Soros DA. This is a Soros judge. And they don't investigate those people. They don't do anything to those people. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom. What's up, Salty Ragu? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kane? Happy freedom. Puff stuff just don't cross streams. Is that how it works? Kane, when Trump said we have low IQ people in our offices, he wasn't lying. No, he wasn't. Bunch of clowns on Capitol Hill. Otter, she came out publicly last night or today on the floor saying she didn't know he was a criminal. Her hearing was a while he was in jail texting her. Yeah, I seen the video of her saying that, but she's making the same excuse. She's like, oh, well, he was a constituent, and I'm just a really good politician, so I listen to my constituents. I didn't know what his personal life was. I was just taking orders from some random constituent. And it's like, oh, okay. All right. They got their excuse all planned out. Kane, I licked the stream. I was wondering why it was wet. That's what she said. What's up, High Plains Drifter? Happy freedom to you. Otters, a Harvard professor was smart enough to come out and apologize. Plaskett was dumb enough to come out and deny it. Yeah, that's what they do. Trying to read through here since we had to do 4 videos. Colty, you got gas for $2.88 earlier today. Those are good prices. Ours, I feel like it doubled. It didn't double, but it went up a lot. It went up like 30 or 40 cents overnight for no reason. It's Beck Frank's fault. What's up, 10 Man? Happy freedom. Russell throwing the shocker in the chat. I could feel it. What's up, Conan? Happy freedom. Conan? I think it's Conan. What's up, Rich? Happy freedom to you. Conan. You see Obama sold his house to Epstein's financier? No, I don't know anything about that. Nope, I have not seen that. What's up, Blue Crow? Happy freedom. What's up, DP? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Bubba? Happy freedom. $3.99 at the casino today. Badass. All I do is lose money at the casino, except for the money I give to the bar. $40 to the gambling and $40 to the bar. And that way you're always a winner. What's up, Mr. Lynn? Happy freedom. What's up, Lewis? What's up, Nick? Happy freedom to you. Dabocles, yeah, traveling. And I live in a tourist area, so we always get fucked up gas prices. Oh, it's a holiday, better raise the gas $4. I'm like, oh, all right, okay. That's all right, I didn't need to drive my car this week anyways. Moving forward here, like I said, Trump defends the killing of Washington Post journalist Jamal somebody. Now, I don't know that he's necessarily defending it as much as he's trying to clear the name of this Prince guy that he's trying to smooth talk over for some doll hairs. But it's controversial. People are bitching about it. They're saying that he is kind of not undermining. He's talking about the killing of this journalist as if it's not a big deal. He's downplaying it. That's the phrase I'm thinking of. He's downplaying the situation. And a lot of people in the comments are saying, well, you know, the things he says about this journalist, like, oh, it's not a big deal. Stuff happens. They didn't feel that way when Charlie Kirk died. And so a lot of people are saying that it's not right the way he's talking about this journalist and whatever. But again, I think it's kind of misplaced blame. I think it's more him trying to make this prince feel welcome while he's in our country because we're asking him for money. That's what I actually think it is. But either way, let's go ahead and get into this controversial video. Make sure you hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube. And let's get into this.
The brutal murder of a Washington Post journalist in the Middle East is drawing renewed attention after the topic sparked a heated exchange between President Trump and a reporter during an Oval Office meeting with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
Your Royal Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval Office.
Who are you with? Who are you?
Why should Americans trust
Who are you with?
And the same to you, Mr. President.
Now, who are you with?
I'm with ABC News, sir.
You with who?
ABC News, sir.
Fake news, ABC fake news. One of the
But the
worst.
question is
One of the
legitimate,
worst
sir.
in the business. But I'll answer your question.
Thank you.
As far as this gentleman is concerned, he's done a phenomenal job. You're mentioning somebody that was extremely controversial. A lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about. Whether you like him or didn't like him, things happen. But he knew nothing about it.
The reporter in question, Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi, was killed and dismembered at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul in October 2018.
Okay, so either way, I don't feel any kind of way about it because, like I said, I think that President Trump was trying to smooth over a kind of nasty question that was given to somebody that he's asking money from, right? He's trying to get a deal with this guy. He wants to make us doll hairs because it makes him look good as president because he's making the country money. This reporter comes out of nowhere saying, throwing shade more or less, and President Trump was trying to evade it, is what it looks like. Like, no, let's not talk about the bad things they do in their country. Let's talk about them giving us money. That's what I think it was. But like I said in the comments, people were pointing out there was I don't know, it's not hypocritical, but they were trying to make it that way. Either way, reporter asked whatever his name is, the prince, about the journalist being killed and saying that it was orchestrated by the prince specifically. Trump smokes the ABC reporter and then says that the journalist was controversial and not liked, and then says about him dying that things happen. And then they claim that he claims that the prince didn't know anything about this situation. Now, the comments in the video, like I was saying, they're saying, what if that excuse was used for Charlie Kirk? That he was controversial and that people didn't like him because he was controversial, and that him being killed and dismembered, well, things happen, right? People wouldn't like that shit. And so they're saying that it's too much downplaying of this journalist being killed by this prince who's currently sitting in the Oval Office. But like I said, I understand it. It's business to President Trump, but it is a controversial video. Next up, we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled The Cat's a Cat. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about all that nonsense related to that journalist there. Sam, you guys see the guy that was walking through Dearborn with bacon on top of the Koran? That's funny. No, I haven't seen that. Zero, whole computer just shut down, nothing else lost power. Weird, check your power cable to your power supply unit. Maybe it's a little loose. Russell, Trump was trying to treat the prince as a guest. I think so too. High Plains Drifter, rub some bacon on it. Yeah, that's how you get it done there. Otters, dozens of people killed in our blue cities every weekend. I'm sure the prince has more to look down on us for. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the controversy about the journalist, though, because they were saying that it was getting stirred back up. So when it originally happened, it must have been a big deal, and they were just bringing it back because they had the opportunity. Magic Moon, haters gonna hate. You're not wrong. Major, I think Trump loves the fake news. He loves telling them to their face that they're fake news. What's up, Meta? Happy freedom. What's up, Smelly? Happy freedom to you. Smell like they were trying to hide the 911 day stuff too. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I don't know anything about their country or anything like that. A lot of people say that financially they own us somehow. I don't know if it has to do with oil or what. I don't know much about Sadi Arabia. What's up, TBD? Happy Freedom to you if I can get you already. Oh, Bubba, you're talking about you paid $3.39 for gas at the casino today. I thought you were saying you won that money at the casino. I see what you're saying. Zero, I love him going off on everyone. I don't know. I like President Trump snapping on reporters and telling them what he thinks of their face, but he's been doing it a lot lately, and it makes me feel like he's stressed about the Epstein stuff. Because, like, he called that reporter a piggy, and I don't know. That's a little too much to me. I mean, you might as well just call her a fucking bitch. You know, if you're going to go out and just do that in front of everybody, do it all the way. Just do it all the way. You can call her a piggy in front of everybody. Now, when we first covered that video, I didn't think he called her a piggy. I thought he said McKinley. I thought he was saying her name. Like, he was like, quiet, you by name. That's what I thought he was doing. I didn't know he was like, you fat hoe. Like, I didn't know he was saying that, but, you know. And that's what I mean. He seems like he's losing control a little bit. He seems very explosive lately, and it makes me feel like he's stressed about this Epstein stuff, but maybe he's not. Maybe it's Venezuela. Maybe it's the tension growing in Venezuela. Maybe it's about something we don't even know. Maybe it's the I-3 Atlas bullshit, the fucking space ninja that's flying through space and it's going to come get us. Maybe he's worried about that. I don't fucking know. I don't know, but he does seem stressed. Either way, we're going to get into our midlife break here, our funny video halfway through. But before we do, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to open your browser, come to the live, hop in the chat. And like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Also, if we hit 200 hooligans over on Rumble, we're going to eat this scorpion jerky that Beck Frank sent. It is the hottest that Australia has to offer. And so we're going to be eating some scorpion jerky if we can hit 200 hooligans over on Rumble. Let's go ahead and get into this midlife break. Suck my finger right in Klaus's ear. And now he's making this face. This was provided by Stoner, and it's titled The Cat's a Cat.
Did you know?
So the cat's a cat. Yes. Anyways, getting back into the news here. This next one is teen who died on Carnival cruise was found under bed. Stepbrother under investigation per sources. This is a weird video because they don't talk about the girl being killed. They talk about her being dead. But the body didn't put itself under the bed and then wrap it in a blanket and then hide it behind life jackets and shit like that. So I don't know. I guess they haven't determined that she was murdered specifically. Maybe someone found the body and tried to hide it. I don't know. It's very weird. Either way, once again, this is titled Teen Who Died on Carnival Cruise Was Found Under Bed, Stepbrother Under Investigation. Whoa, stepbro. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
This morning, new details in the mysterious death of 18-year-old Anna Kepner, whose body was found aboard the Carnival cruise ship Horizon earlier this month. According to a security source briefed on the investigation, Kepner's body was found under a bed in a blanket covered by life vests. In a new filing in an unrelated family court matter, one of her step-siblings, who is a minor, could face criminal charges in connection to Anna's death. Anna was on the ship with her father, stepmother, and step-siblings when she went missing. According to the Daily Mail, a housekeeper found her body under her bed in a stateroom while the ship was out at sea. Authorities determining she died Friday, November 7th at 11:17 a.m. The new court document saying her stepmother has been advised through discussions with FBI investigators and her attorneys that a criminal case may be initiated against one of the minor children.
That means that there's a greater likelihood, obviously, that they will be charged.
We don't know what the evidence is against, let's say, one of the step siblings. But the next procedure would be they would issue an arrest warrant.
Anna, a high school senior, was planning to graduate in May. Her family says she was a happy and bubbly straight-A student. Carnival Cruise Line telling ABC News they are fully cooperating with the Miami office of the FBI in the investigation. The FBI declined to comment. Investigators are now poring over the ship's security records, camera footage, and access card slides. They're also waiting for full toxicology and autopsy reports. Those could take weeks. Victor Oquendo, ABC News, Key Biscayne, Florida.
Okay. It's pretty weird. I am not sure. It's obviously not the ideal spot to murder somebody, right? Like, you're on a boat. There's not a lot of places to go. Now, part of me feels like she wasn't murdered, because she was. Why didn't they throw her overboard? There'd be a lot less likely chance that she gets discovered if she's not on the ship anymore. So that kind of makes me feel like maybe she wasn't murdered, or maybe she was murdered and it wasn't intentional and they couldn't hide the body. They didn't plan for this to happen. Person accidentally dies. What do? Don't know. Hide the body under the bed. Now you never have to go in the hallway with the body. I don't know. It's very weird, though. It does seem that someone discovered the body and then hid it for some reason instead of calling authorities, which makes me think that maybe it wasn't an overdose. Because I was thinking that, like, you're on a cruise, you're having fun, you're a dumb teenager, maybe you smuggled some shit on board, maybe somebody told you that they smuggled shit on board. So you're taking stuff because you're on vacation, it's time to have a good time. Aw, shit, you overdose, you die. Somebody finds the body, why not call the authority? Why hide the body? So it makes me feel like maybe it was an accidental death. Like, maybe something was happening. Maybe, I don't know, something was happening. She accidentally dies, hides the body. Otherwise, I don't really understand. And like you could hear in the video, they don't say she was killed. They don't refer to it as murder or anything like that. They're just saying dead body was found, stepbrother's under investigation. I don't know, not a lot of details. Maybe we'll get a follow-up. Thank you so much, Snooks, for that $25 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Snooks. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate everything you do for us. Says, you are the man, Jeff, and I love all of you hooligans. Lots of hugs. Well, thank you, Snooks. I really appreciate it. All right, let me see. What do we got coming up next? Person of interest in custody after woman, 26 years old, was lit on fire on the CTA train in Chicago. It's terrible. It's coming up next, but first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this Carnival Cruise situation. Once again, the girl that died was 18 years old. They were on Carnival Cruise. Her body was found under her bed. It was wrapped in a blanket and covered by life vests. She was on the cruise with her dad, her stepmom, and her stepbrother. And they're saying that the 16-year-old stepbrother is now a suspect and the investigation is ongoing. Like I said, we got 26-year-old woman set on fire in Chicago coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat. Sam, stepbrother, might have become jealous for some reason. See, that's what I mean. It seems like maybe something was happening, maybe accidental death. Because I feel like if it was if you got on the boat and you knew you were going to smoke this person, why would you smoke them in a place where you couldn't get rid of the body? Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. Sam, motivation. Yeah, without them telling us what happened, like what was the cause of death, why did they suspect the 16-year-old stepbrother? Without having that information, it's really hard to tell. Russell, poor girl. Yeah, absolutely. Die on vacation. Zero, how do they know the exact time? I'm not really sure. I don't know how they could say it was 11:17 a.m. specifically on Friday or Thursday or whatever day they said. I don't know how they know it down to the minute. What's up, Rester Lee? Happy Freedom. Otters, toxins in the liver, that's how they can tell. Yeah, I've never known that information. What's up, Boom? Happy Freedom. Could be a guy who was rejected for sex. Maybe. Cass, yes. What was the cause? Yeah, hopefully we can get a follow-up on this. Boom, not a lot of room under the cruise or the beds in the cruise vessels. I've never been on a cruise. I was wondering that too. They didn't show us like what the rooms look like or anything like that. What's up, 8-Bit? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Weevo? Happy freedom to you. Boom, wait for the probable cause on the arrest warrant. Yeah. Weevo, maybe she was playing hide and seek and suffocated herself. I mean, this, maybe they're charging the 16-year-old. They're like, it's your fault. He's like, why is it my fault? They were like, you didn't find her. Okay? You didn't find her. And she died because you didn't find her. I mean, maybe. I don't necessarily think that's what happened, but you may be onto something. You're in prison. They're like, what are you in for? You're like, I don't want to talk about it. So Ramsey, happy freedom. Stoner, I'm stuck under the bed, stepbrother. Mm-hmm. It's going to be popular on the hub for the next couple weeks. Told, how old's the stepbrother? He's 16. Major, anything can happen on a cruise. Trying to think. There was a board game. I can't remember what it's called now. It's, I guess anything can happen on a cruise. Major. It's not too soon. It's realistic. Clue. Thank you, Major. That's exactly what I was thinking of, is Clue. Damn, you read my thoughts right inside my brain. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom to you. Lisa's got the cheeks out in the chat. Happens. This happens. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom to you. Rich. Never saw the movie Weekend with Bernie. I've never seen it either. Gets referenced a lot, though. Rich, wonder if she was pregnant. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, we have a lot of questions. They need to give us the answers. DP, you couldn't pay me to take a cruise. Looks like one of the most boring things anyone could do. I don't want to be around that many people for that amount of time. Yeah, I don't know. There's certain things about a cruise that seems fun, but then when you think about like the fact you can't smoke weed and you can't, I don't know, you can't really relax because you're around a bunch of strangers and there's a bunch of rules, and then you got customs or marshals or whatever on the fucking boat the whole time, and they got dogs and all this. I don't know. I'd never be able to let my guard down. Can't take a gun with you. Fuck that. And remember the lockdowns? There was those cruises out there when we all went into lockdowns and they wouldn't let them port. They made them stay out there for like 3 fucking weeks. They were like, nah, just figure it out. You can't port. We're all dying here of COVID. Haven't seen New York? They got freezer trucks full of bodies. And like, fuck that. I don't know. I'm not wealthy enough. I'm not young enough to take a cruise. I'm just not able to. I ain't got it in me. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy freedom. What's up, Crazer? Happy freedom to you. Crazer, let's see, these days, people that wear iWatch or other health smartwatches know the exact minute the heart stops. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. They were talking about that, I think, in the Lake and Riley case. Her smartwatch is what told them like when her heart stopped and all of that. What's up, Teasel? Happy freedom. What's your name? Cora, happy freedom to you. What's up, Skulls? Happy freedom. I remember seeing Skulls' name up here. Sam weekend at Biden's? Nah, I don't want to watch that video. I don't want to see that. I think it's a crime to watch that. Totally care. I went on a cruise once. It was meh. Well, that's too bad. It should be awesome for as much money as it costs. Happy freedom to you, Turbo. I got a flat bottom. I don't need no cruise. Major, a cruise would be a serial killer paradise. That or living at the Mexico border during the Biden years. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, person of interest in custody after a woman who's 26 years old was lit on fire while being on a train. Now, if this keeps happening, I'm going to say we're going to have to ban the assault trains. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, our friend Larry could really use your help. Larry's in need of a kidney transplant. He's recently been in and out of the hospital quite a bit. I put together a page for him over on the website. It's got his story, details, links, and we just added a GoFundMe. If there's any way you can help our friend Larry, please go check out his page over on the website. All right, let's get into this video here. Another woman set on fire while on a train. Now, this time it wasn't in New York, it was in Chicago. They do not give you any information about the person that did this to her, which tells me that they were probably an illegal. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommentTube, and let's get into this.
We begin tonight with a story that has stunned the city. Just over 24 hours ago, a woman riding the CTA Blue Line was attacked and she was set on fire. Tonight, police have a person of interest that they're questioning in the case.
This all happened last night in the Loop at the Clark and Lake Station on the Blue Line. Courtney Sisk tonight live at Stroger Hospital where that woman is being treated. How's she doing, Courtney?
Well, Stefan, that 26-year-old woman, she was taken here in critical condition to Stroger Hospital last night. Police say she was on the Blue Line around 9:30 when a man poured a liquid on her and lit her on fire. Now, by noon today, police say they have a person of interest in custody.
Okay, the passengers burned all over their body. They're burned all over their body. Pretty bad.
A gruesome attack Monday night on the Blue Line left a young woman burned and the man accused of attacking her on the loose. Witnesses said the woman collapsed after getting off the train at Clark and Lake.
I was just seeing her lying on the ground and she was kind of hyperventilating, in a lot of pain. She was really, you could tell she was really in bad shape.
Less than 24 hours later, Chicago police said they have a person of interest in custody for questioning. Commuters leaving the Clark and Lake stop today were stunned to hear what happened.
I'm really shocked that happened for no reason. And then plus, I mean, that's where I live. I'm from the west side of Chicago. So I'm always on the Blue Line. And to think someone would do that, but there's been so much security lately.
Chicago Transit Authority spokespeople told NBC5 CTA has a multi-pronged approach to the security on our system. At its foundation, it is the long-standing and strong partnership with CPD, as well as technologies aimed to deter, be alert about, and investigate crime on the system.
My heart goes out to them. I know how violence can be in this city.
Now, we are still actively trying to find more information about this person of interest that police have in custody. Meanwhile, that victim is here recovering tonight. We'll send it back to you.
Okay, so like I said, they don't tell us anything about the bad guy. What bad guy? There was no bad guy. She set herself on fire. They're saying that this 26-year-old woman riding the train in Chicago was set on fire. They say the man poured liquid on her and then lit her on fire. They have a person of interest in custody that they don't tell us anything about. They say the woman is currently at the hospital in critical condition. When they play the radio call, you can hear them say that she has burns all over her body or that she is badly burned all over her body. And like I had mentioned, the lack of information about the criminal makes it sound like it was probably an illegal that did it, because they don't like to say that stuff on the news. They either will do what they just did, which is tell us nothing about the criminal, or they'll refer to them as a something age, male or female, and that's all they'll tell us. They won't say anything else because it's an illegal and they don't even fucking know anything else. It's the way it is. It's unfortunate. Either way, next up we got the last little bit of the news. It is lefties losing it. Today it's titled Democrat Jasmine Crockett Cringe Viral Video. And like I said, she looks frumpy, so we're all going to point and laugh because she's right at the beginning of the video. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this 26-year-old woman set on fire in Chicago. 10-man New York liberals. It's okay if a few women burn as long as the subway is free. Yeah, well, and I don't ever hear anything about Chicago. I didn't even realize they had trains and shit. I know they probably run trains on the weekends, but I didn't know. I didn't know anything about it. I've been there a couple times. Never been on a train, though. So I didn't realize it was as bad as New York. Or maybe it's getting as bad as New York. Snooks, nothing is safe anymore in public transit. Yeah, you're right. Russell, it was an illegal shape-shifting Nazi Eskimo. I figured that's who it was. You know, I was thinking that specifically. But, you know, the damn news are always lying to us. Done. I thought it was spontaneous combustion making a comeback. You know, I'm surprised they didn't blame it on that. Somehow it's connected to Trump, and it's Trump's fault. That's all we know for sure, is that Trump did it. It's his fault. It's a little bit of Beck Frank's fault too, but it's mostly Trump's fault. It's not good. Made you stay strapped the fuck up. Yeah, for real. Nobody's coming to save us. Major, nothing is safe anywhere. It's true. Boom. I have seen Blues Brothers. I can't remember why that would apply to this right here. Oh, talking about the train. Now I can't remember. Now that I'm thinking about the Blues Brothers, I'm thinking when the whole building comes down and collapses or whatever, and then they all come out of the debris like pretty much uninjured. I'll have to watch it again. I only seen it the one time. It's pretty good though. What's up, Shane? Happy freedom to you. Cassie, up and illegal. I bet it is. Totally carry horrible pain from burns. Yeah, it would be terrible to be burned all over your body. That would be awful. What's up, Sage Pup? Happy freedom to you. Otter, spontaneous combustion was an excuse for murder back in the day. I don't know. I always figured it was people who was trying to go Super Saiyan, but it worked a little too well. I don't know. Tool to Care, go finger Jeff's like button if you haven't. That's right. Appreciate you, Tool to Care. Meta, carry a firearm and a fire extinguisher. Yeah, and call an ambulance. Not for me, for you. That's what she should have said. These people should be armed. I don't know what they're doing. Out there getting victimized. Conan, Chirac is a shithole. It is. And it's crazy because the Fed boys are there right now. And they're all bitching about it. They're like, no, Chicago is safe. We don't need Trump sending the feds here. By the way, woman was set on fire the other day, but that's normal for here. So just tell Trump to keep his feds where they are. What's up, K. Walt? Happy freedom. Nick, nerd to the DBZ reference. I'm just saying. Nobody else knew what I was referencing. You're a nerd because you knew. I bet Stoner knows too. I bet you. Anyways, moving forward here. Like I said, we got lefties losing it. Today it's titled Democrat Jasmine Crackhead. It's cringe viral video. Now before we get into this, what color do you think Rita's wearing today? What color do you think it is? Give you guys a second before we put Rita on the screen here. Klaus Daniels. Hey. Hey. Don't make me set you on fire. Wake up. I need your opinion. What color is Rita wearing today? Look at you. This poor cat. Living in fear. Living in fear. Done nude. Nope. I'm just telling you right now, you're wrong. I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Sam, you need a fire alarm sound? You mean a smoke detector sound? I don't know. It might be too much. It might be too much. Say Trav, hopefully she's going naked. Yeah. I'm sorry that you guys are wrong. One day she'll prove you guys right. Maybe. Major, yellow. That's our first one. Let's see, Watchmen, emerald green. Okay, you guys are getting real specific here. Boom, yellow. Let's see, Otters, maroon. You guys in your specificities. Totally care, plum. I don't know these colors. What color is a plum? Pull it out. Let me see it. MU, light pink. Cash. What's up, Cash Flow? Happy freedom. Did you watch the protest yesterday? Yeah, we put it on the screen. Just people just fucking standing there doing nothing. And then they went inside and talked to the officials or whatever. Conan. Pedro purple. Let's see if we got any other colors here. Teasel, blue. Mackinstood, happy freedom to you. Orange. Agent O with blue. Nick is saying teal. Let's see, Crazer, there's cameras on the blue line. Guess a FOIA will need to be submitted to be able to see the video. They won't release them on their own. Maybe on X. Maybe the next 24 hours I'll be able to find it on X. Somebody will pull that footage. Let's see. Zero saying blue. Dutton saying salmon. All right. Up. Sam saying magenta. Let me see if we got a couple little last ones here. Westerly green. Ramsey saying blue. Courtly, what's up to you? All right, Hooligans. Now, again, I'm not going to tell you what the color is. I'm just going to show you because no matter what I say, I'm fucking wrong all the time. So anyways, this is Lefties losing it. If you say you're right, well, I'm going to say you're wrong because I didn't see anybody say the right color. Either way, this one's titled Democrat Jasmine Crockett's cringe video goes viral. Hit that like button if you haven't. And let's get into this.
It's time for Lefties losing it. And they're singing again, or miming in this case. Can someone let lefty politicians know you don't have to jump on every social media trend favoured by teenage girls? You really don't, Jasmine.
Come on, man. Prostitute.
Now to the leftist heartland of Portland, where a bunch of activists got together, donned neon leotards and held an aerobics class outside of an ICE detention facility as a show of resistance. Of course, there was a furry there. I wish I never knew what a furry was. Now, let's hear from world-class hypocrite Sunny Hostin, one of the co-hosts of The View. And wowee, what a difference a year makes. When Biden was in power last year, she didn't want to know about the Epstein list. Indeed, she warned anybody who would listen that just being named doesn't mean you're guilty of anything. But now that Trump is in power, well, she's changed her tune. She wants to let it rip.
People were dying for this information. There was some sort of list that everybody thought was going to come out, and who's on the list. What's important for us to note is we shouldn't be repeating names that are on the list, because just because your name has, not on the list, but in the documents, just because your name is on the documents doesn't mean that you have done anything criminally irresponsible or illegal or civilly irresponsible.
Or that you were a client.
Or that you were a client. These documents, as I read them, only reflect Epstein's sexual assaults of women and his sexual behavior. So I think that...
And Ghislaine also?
And Ghislaine. And so being named in this suit does not equate to being accused of wrongdoing. And I think that is extremely important, because conspiracy theorists seem to not understand or enjoy facts.
Yes.
These are the facts. There is a list.
Trump's name is on the logs, the passenger logs of Epstein's aircraft at least 7 times. That's already been made public. I mean, of course, Trump is denying any and all allegations, but all of that information is out there. Why not just put it to rest and say, release the list?
Because she didn't even want anyone on the list named last year. Now she's red hot to go. Now, when she's not being a world-class hypocrite, Sunny Hostin is indulging in her favourite pastime of race baiting. Her race obsessions have, well, been well documented. She bleats on endlessly about white supremacy and racism. But weirdly, she opts to live in an all-white neighbourhood. And here, Sunny again claims that America is built on racism and slavery.
This is a country based on racism and slavery, and founded in it. There is systemic racism
and misogyny.
And there are people that I've never met anyone that raises their hand and says, I am racist. However, there are people that seem to be able to look the other way when it comes to racism.
Oh, she's so tiresome and ill-informed, but it wouldn't be a Sunny Hostin rant if it didn't have a segue into some Trump derangement syndrome.
So you have a president who traffics in misogyny, who traffics in xenophobia, who traffics in sexism.
And won.
And won against a black woman. So don't tell me that this country is ready for a black woman. Don't tell me this country is ready for a woman.
Hillary Clinton was one of the most qualified people.
Now here is Michigan State Superintendent Sue Carnell, who can't seem to answer a simple question, a question so easy that a child could answer it with ease.
How many genders are there? How many genders are there?
Different people have different beliefs on that.
Well, you can believe all you want, but science says there's 2.
Now, I want to play you a little of Bill Maher's chat with actor and comic Patton Oswalt, who thinks he's very informed, very compassionate and intelligent. He thinks he's a political animal. Turns out he's a bubble-dwelling fool who hasn't even heard of the grooming gang scandal in the UK. Somehow he missed that huge scandal where thousands of young girls were sexually abused while authorities turned a blind eye because their attackers happened to be mainly members of the Pakistani community. And gosh, we can't go around enforcing the law and being seen as racist. Watch Patton squirm here as Bill Maher schools him.
You know, grooming, the grooming scandal?
No.
See, that's a big story.
This is in the UK.
Yes, that went on from like the 80s to the present, and it wasn't.
You're talking about the royal family.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about Pakistani men who were immigrants who were grooming poor, impoverished white girls mostly in these things and making them into prostitutes and sex slaves and like really nasty. And if you don't understand that, and that gender apartheid is the #1 issue that you woke people should be concerned with, but seem not to be, then right away we're not really seeing the world as the same way. And I think I'm seeing it much more clearly. Yeah, but gender apartheid should be your #1 issue. If you really care about oppression, like a lot. I'm talking about hundreds of millions of the world's women. And this is why England is having a big problem these days. Because in the interest of DEI, they are allowing practices that are so illiberal, which is the great irony. This is the least liberal thing you could be, is treating women as a second-class citizen.
He seems to think it's a big joke. As far as the grooming scandal goes, there were how many inquiries and trials stemming from that saga, and yet Patton has never heard of any of it. That bubble he exists in must be reinforced with titanium. Let's bring in documentary filmmaker and commentator Ami Horowitz. Ami, the ignorance there is
Okay. Lefties losing their marbles there. Either way, that is all the news I had for you hooligans today. We're going to get into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Russell, and it's titled, She Probably Peed a Little. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Stoner, and it's titled, Don't Ask Me What I'm Thinking. All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about lefties losing it. Teasel, thank you for joining us over here on the website. Sam, I'm only a recreational gynecologist. Yeah, Sam, you know, we're in it for the practice, not for the dull hairs. Got to perfect the craft. Happy freedom to you, Snarl. Totally Care says, grooming scandal used to be a bad haircut. Poor Mac the Goat, just having a hard time today. Cracking me up. I will get the batteries changed today, though. I'll put this over here so I can remember. Major, it's a passion. That's right. What's up, Daywalker? Happy freedom. What's up, Tar Kitty? Happy freedom to you. Your cousin Melanie Mack speaks my real name. Odd. Is that so? It's not my cousin. I guess she's like 40 or 50 years old, but she like pretends to be a 20-year-old or something like that. It's weird. We tried to raid her once, but she was, I don't remember what, it didn't go well. That's all I know. Oh, I tried Cheeky Chops. What's up, Mike Ingalls? Happy freedom. What's up, Rick? Happy freedom to you. DP, typical far left loonies. No. They come with weird glasses, weird haircuts, and bad smells. Totally Care, beware of the door-to-door gynecologist. That's what they say. Otters. I don't know how old she is. I want to say she's in her 40s. But yeah, she's not 19. She dresses up like that, and she brings people in with God and stuff, but I don't know. I hear a lot of people say bad stuff about her. I don't watch her content enough to really have an opinion. Major. Yeah, I forgot she was a part of the quartering, yeah. It's kind of the same. I hear like good things and bad things, but I don't know anything about those people. What's up, Damon Walker? Happy Freedom. Teasel, you don't trust Mir? What? However you say that person's name? I don't either. All right, hooligans. Like I said, let's get into the fun stuff. We're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne, and we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee. You can send something to the P.O. Box, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what gnome we get today in the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. Now we're getting through this here. We only got a couple more days left, and we'll be on to the next Advent Calendar. Today is day 20. Let's see who we get today. They did not perforate these squares at all. I'm just tearing right into this. Aw, dang, I think we got another racist one. Hold on here. Come on. There we go. There we go. I think so. Well, partially. We have our second all-white gnome, but he's got a black hat on, so he's styling. He's styling a little bit. Thank you, Ramsey. Yes, what else has he got going on here? He's got orange cuffs, white outfit, black belt, jack-o'-lantern. It's not even a jack-o'-lantern. It's a trick-or-treat pumpkin. It's got a little handle on it. But he's holding it funny, so if you stick your hand in his trick-or-treat bag, you might find something more than candy. Very nice, perverted gnomes. It's good stuff. Thank you, Tori Wayne. Really appreciate you. All right, let's get into these funny videos here. This first one was provided by Russell. Let's get this pulled up. All right, do the thing. All right, now before we get into this, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Ramsey. Thank you so much for that $2 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Ramsey. Thank you so much for the support. Says, like the stream, you sorry go effing scum. You do the thing. Thank you, Ramsey. Really appreciate you. Like I said, getting into our first funny video of the day. This one was provided by Russell, and it's titled, She Probably Peed a Little.
Finally got you. Yes. That's so dumb.
I think she liked it. Yes. Getting into our official funny video of the day. This one was provided by Stoner. Let's go ahead and get this one pulled up. What I don't understand in the last video is what was the point of the bag? He like taped the bag to the dashboard. I don't understand what that was about. Either way, this is our official funny video of the day. Like I said, it was provided by Stoner. It's titled, Don't Ask Me What I'm Thinking.
In around 1973, I became convinced for a while that I was receiving messages from outer space. But then a psychic reader told me I was actually channeling an ancient Chinese philosopher, and another psychic reader told me I was channeling a medieval Irish bard. And at that time, I started reading neurology, and I decided it was just my right brain talking to my left brain. And then I went to Ireland, and I found out it was actually a 6-foot-tall white rabbit. They call it the puka, and the Irish know all about it. So it depends on who I'm talking to.
That's going to be all of us for Thanksgiving dinner. That's all right. They know who they invited over. Either way, that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. I'm going to grab this link really quick. Drop in the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and then we're going to be raiding out over on Rumble. Otters, cocaine's a hell of a drug. Then Walker, it's going to rain tomorrow. I mean, as long as it ain't snowing. I'm tired of the snow. All right, hooligans, there is the link list link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we've got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and then we're raiding out over on Rumble. Russell, the bag was an airbag. I see you guys typing that in the chat. I didn't realize. I was trying to figure it out. I was like, why did he tape the bag to the dashboard? Done. She needs to change her unders. I'm saying. Oh, that's a good pick, Sam. Little dog smiling. Done. The voices in my head say that you're crazy. That's right. What's up, DCAP? Thank you for joining us over here on Rumble. Janik. Someone channel Epstein and ask him who killed him. What do you gotta have a spirit box. I don't know if that's what women have or not, but you know what I'm talking about, and like flips through the radio channels. Gonna have to figure it out. Ramsey, don't do booms with him. Yeah, no. You got to have people you trust. So you could be doing booms around them. What's up, Marsh? Happy Freedom. I remember my first beer, too. Mm-hmm. Ramsey, that's just demons. It's not from outer space. Nah, it's the demons. They're contacting you. Happy Freedom, Ramsey. What's up, Jagula? Happy Freedom to you. Tulicare acid was a thing. It still is, but it was too. What's up, Dusto? Happy Freedom to you. Otters, my recreational gynecologist Sam said drugs are bad. Okay, they are. They are. I know that guy. He does good work. What's up, Andy Walker? Happy Freedom. What's up, Utters? Happy Freedom. Tar Kitty. What did I tell you? She took 2 weeks off? Well, that's okay. She needs it. Snugs. There are boxes that play music. I've never heard a box like that. I've heard boxes make noises, but I think they're called queefs. What's up, Campfire? Happy Freedom to you. All right, hooligans. It is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing, so it is that time once again. Got a raid out over on Rumble. Now, I have no idea who we've rated this week, so we're going to have to just figure this out on the fly, I guess. Frag is live, Nellie's live, Handy's live. Well then, let me see. What is Toasty doing? Toasty's live. Toasty's playing the game. Frag. When did Frag start? Frag's been in for almost an hour. What about Handy? Handy just started 30 minutes ago. Let's go ahead and raid Handy News. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, hooligans, don't forget, hit that like button as soon as you land. Let's get raiding.
Then conspired to move the money through a bunch of different sources to try and obscure the trail, and then ran it back into her personal accounts and into her campaign financing. Oh yeah, Texas is 2A. No tax stamps required. And do you see that, duh? Did you see the raid?
I did. I said, hooligans, good evening.
Good evening, hooligans. Welcome in. Thank you for that raid. And when the raid comes in, you must smack it. That like button down there. You must smack it. Please smash that like button. Hit that repost. Red Pill is over on Pilled if you're on that side. Let's keep going, guys. But yes, they've got lots of evidence. And then also, you saw that story earlier, right? You were showing me where they... did you put that one in here on the updated evidence where there's trying...
Fantastic raid, you hooligans. Good stuff there. I like his raid music. It will cause a copyright strike, but that's okay. It was worth it. Anyways, we're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Sam, I'm gonna shave it in December. I wasn't sure what you were talking about. I just randomly glanced over and saw that and was like, all right, Sam. Shave it up. Zero, we'll do Misfits tomorrow. Remind me. Hey, thank you for being with us, Dusto. Enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate you, MU. Told to care. Handy is dandy. Yes. Done. Yeah, I know. I keep forgetting it's not Saturday yet. Thank you for being with us, Meta. What's up, T Knox? Happy Freedom. Thank you for being with us today. Oh, that's awesome, Zero. Yeah, we'll raid her tomorrow. Appreciate you, Watchmen. Thank you for being with us. Enjoy the rest of your day. Jagula, what do you mean? If you got Brave browser, you don't have to watch the ads. I don't know if we benefit from the ads or not. Oh, thank you, Magic Moon. Enjoy the rest of your day. I think we are good to go. What's up, Salty Alien? Happy Freedom to you. I lost my chapstick. What did I do with it? All right, we are good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your day, your evening, or whatever time it is. It's 8 o'clock. It gets dark at 5, so I never really know. But either way, you still got some day left. Go enjoy the rest of it. Find yourself some good food. Have fun, but be safe. And I will try and do the same. And like I said, make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap. Thank you so much, XX5, for that rage quit over on Kick. I don't know what that is, but thank you so much. Have a good night, you hooligans.